Girls sending kink messages. Oh, in detail. Y'all, we are back with the next drop of Love is Blind. And babe, it just feels like so much is happening so quick. So much is being brought to freaking light on social media right now. All we're gonna say is sperm babies, and that's it. Because what in the fuck, we're gonna get to that later, but we are here reviewing episodes 7, 8, and 9. I am very excited. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right on in. Starting off with episode 7. So when we come back in episode 7, if we remember correctly, where we left off in the previous episode 6 was Tim and Alex having their little conversation. So obviously it seems as though that Tim is going to stay. They're gonna try to work it through. If we're being honest, like my friend pointed out something that I think is very valid is that Tim and Alex are clearly two people that are very dominant, not really into the whole like having to give in to somebody else. And so I feel like you have two people who are really combating heads right now. The fact is, it's not that many days to be getting in such a heated argument to where one, Alex is pushing him in the face, which is absolutely so bad. And then Tim to be walking out on a conversation because he doesn't feel like, because people feel like they weren't being listened to. And it's like, how is it so early on? We're already having like the love birds, all the honeymoon faces are already gone. So this is a very interesting situation. I am curious to see if they make it through or not. Also in episode 7, we get our first little peek at what is about to come between Ramses and Marissa. When they go on that boat and Marissa brings up that she was on the Navy girl. And it's the way that Ramses just goes, I forgot you were in the military. I forgot that was like such a big part of you. And like, we know what's about to come with that and how that conversation is about to blow the hell up. The two of them right now, Ramses is on my list. Ramses is on my no list. Okay, I hope every single person out there right now is seeing this because he is a walking red flag. That's the thing, they try to get you with that emotion shit, try to get you with the, I'm so different. No, the fuck you're not. You like any other fucking man. All you care about is getting your dick wet and we'll come back to that later. On to the next. So then everybody goes on the little excursions, which I think is cute. You have the camelback riding, you have the ATV riding with Tim and Alex, and then you have Nick and Hannah's crazy ass bungee jumping. Who the fuck is going bungee jumping? You couldn't pay me. Netflix could not pay me enough money to take my ass onto a car over a fucking cliff in a foreign motherfucking country and jump off with a little ass rope holding on to me. And I'm supposed to dangle like that? You couldn't pay me $1 million to do that. Now I will skydive though. I don't know if that's necessarily anything better, but to me it's better because skydiving seems like you could live a little bit, but to fucking jump out immediately over rocks, crazy. We also get a little taste of Monica and Steven having some real, like, kind of issues, but can I be honest? I think at this very moment, at this current juncture, especially in episode 7, it's so interesting because Monica and Steven were such a couple that I said earlier were ones that I thought were gonna make it through. I was like, it's shocking to me how well they're doing right now. They were having this really interesting connection where like, it was love that I did not think was gonna happen. Well, clearly we see it crumbling right now because for her to say to him, I don't know, I mean, she's valid, but for her to be like already like, you didn't give me flowers. Babe, yes, on the trajectory of your relationship, he will give those flowers, he will show up for you, but like, we're already in a foreign country, we're in a situation right now. Yes, you could probably ask the producers, but like, he's in a whirlwind himself right now. So Monica's already giving me a little bit of needy and a little bit of like, I want this. Not materialistic, but for her to say she wants gifts, I'm like, babe. And when he mentioned that Kate Spade, and she said, never that. YSL, Saint Laurent? Or did she say Louis Vuitton? I don't know. Either way, when he said Kate Spade, I was like, this man is not a necessarily luxury boy. And Miss Monica 100% is, and she is Miss Bougie. And I love me a bougie girl. But at the same time, honey, you can't be showing that off too early. So then we move into the whole group thing. I feel like this season right now, we didn't get that much of them interacting in the past seasons. So this season is very different in that aspect, which I like. How did Steven bring it to sex? I feel like with Steven, all that is happening is all we can talk about is motherfucking sex. How did we go from a conversation that you were like not fully in, that he sat his monkey ass down, which she already said to him, babe, you talk too fucking much. He sits his monkey ass down on a conversation that I don't think he was necessarily invited in, but granted, Monica is being a bitch to him a little bit right now because he's not like stepping up the way that she wants him to. Steven bringing up to all of them like, oh my gosh, when we get out of here, you know, like girls are just gonna be wanting to suck our dick constantly. Like it really is going to be an issue. No tea, no shade. I do not think you will have that much of an issue. Maybe you'll get some girls in your DMs, absolutely. But for him to bring that up, especially amongst women, especially to Monica. So then we go back home. Everyone leaves Mexico. And this is the part of the show that I actually prefer. I like being able to see the people in environments because I specifically like to see all of their friends and parents' reaction to them and be able to get a good sense of how this is gonna go. Because I feel like, as they say in the pods, will it make it in the real world? Because this is where shit gets real. First night, totally fine. Then we get into the conversation I was talking about a little earlier, right? With Ramses and Marissa and the conversation about the military. I think for you to want to marry someone that fundamentally, on like a really core level that you're saying this is such a big deal, you two have very different opinions on something like that. I don't see how this progresses any further. If this was me in that situation, I mean, granted, you know, I'm not in that situation, so I can't fully speak to it, but like, this ends here. Okay, great. We don't agree on this. Pack up and call it a day, because from me watching this moment, I just knew this is over. Like, this is done. I think you're fine to have your own opinion of the military. I think it is something that needs to be looked into to exactly what the military does in all these foreign countries. But I think for him to be so close-minded to this conversation already, when she's saying even to him, like, I can't say that I necessarily like agree with what I did. I don't understand the gravity of it, right? But like, I don't want to be judged for it. And he's saying he's not judging her, but girl, judging her down. So this is something automatically off bat, I'm saying, gonna be a problem. Let's stop doing the thing where we pretend as if a fundamental issue is not a real issue. Anyway, Marissa should have left his ass then. So in episode 8, we see it looks like Monica and Steven smooth things over a little bit, right? Steven is showing her the fact that he can bring you flowers. Breathe, right? But I immediately got annoyed right after with Nick and Hannah. I don't know what is up with her. I've never seen someone so judgy of a partner. And I have to say, I'm pretty judgy, can't lie. I just think that she just views this boy as so immature, and I don't think that's fair for her to keep saying this over and over again. I thought it was pretty shitty when he shows you his stuffed animal and you just go, oh, okay. Like for me, if it was like my fiance that like I'm, you know, excited about their life, excited about their interests, excited to see what they do on the real world, right? That's a piece of his inner child that he was trying to show with you. And like, that should have been, oh, how cute. And like, paid it, but like, don't pay it like, ugh. Like, what the fuck is, like, what is that? I don't understand what that is. It just comes across so mean. And he doesn't deserve that. And then we're seen again with the same couple and the same thing I just talked about, which I do not want to keep saying, because again, it should be ended. Marissa and Ramses, like they meet the friends, and honestly, I'm so happy that Marissa has good friends in her own corner, because those girls said, this isn't gonna work. When they asked him, when he again brings up she or he brings up the fact that they are having disagreements when it comes to the military thing, I'm so happy that the friends were sitting there like, that's a fundamental issue. Like, huh? Like, for Ramses to say, if she was to go back into the service, reserves or whatever, it would be grounds for a divorce is wild. That's not marriage. And again, you can't get married to someone and say that one decision would throw all of it away. So that just means that you two should not get married then. That we should know that off bat, especially, again, if you have children and the value you want to instill in your children, you're teaching them two very different things. And again, not saying one's right or the other. That just isn't gonna work, especially in something that matters to her so much. Goodbye. Please end this for me. Then we go to Tim and Alex, getting ready to meet Alex's parents. Now, the scene itself, I think is, very emotional. I love when Tim read that letter for her dad, and it was such a beautiful moment. I cried watching it because you could just see the emotion in her father. And it just looked so beautiful for someone that you could tell her dad was kind of like really emotional to the situation in general, but also got emotional being like, this is really beautiful for you to say, and I can tell you mean it. Because you can tell that he really likes her. Like, he really, truly does feel really good about her. And it's really beautiful to see. Now, what did annoy me about this is the lead up into it, right? Keeping the fact that she said to him, I did not tell my parents about this, the fact that we are engaged. I want you to tell them that. I feel like that's a very shitty thing to put on your fiance, partner, whatever, to have to break news to your parents that you know is going to be quite earth-shattering and quite rocky. I get it, I just feel like I feel like that's kind of an immature thing to do. In this situation, going into Love is Blind that you're getting engaged. I just feel like that's something that your partner should not have to do. I'm happy the two of them got to a point now in the relationship where they are blooming, and pin there. Then we see Taylor and Garrett. Taylor shows Garrett her apartment, which is a cute thing, you can tell Taylor likes to drink, likes to party, which you don't get that vibe from her at all, am I right? And then we get to the conversation about how they're talking about the fact that Garrett proves my point about Alex, that, this is a tough conversation about his family's just not taking a keen to it. And I don't know how I would react if my kid did this. I'd probably be very skeptical as well, because that's just who I am. It does suck for Taylor though, of course, because you don't want to hear the fact that your now in-laws aren't super excited about meeting you. But then again, it's what you sign up for. Then Hannah goes on dogging my boy Nick again, what he can do, what he won't do, what he can do, what he won't do, what she feels like she has to do, because this is the thing. You can't be mad about somebody's upbringing, right? It may differ from your own, that's fine. But to keep bringing it up in a way that he's almost supposed to feel bad about it. He is on his parents' car insurance. I wish I was on my parents' car insurance, right? They pay his phone bill. I wish my parents paid my phone bill, right? But I can't sit here and knock you for that. If you want to stay on it, stay on it. It is no problem to me, right? But to keep making him feel bad about it, that shows more about you, about the fact that you want that, right? Because you wouldn't be taught, it wouldn't bother you so much. I'm sure if she was presented with the same opportunity, right? And he made her feel bad about it, she'd be pissed. Just because you started paying your bills since 18 does not mean we have to make other people feel bad about the fact that they didn't have to. We can put all of that to the side, because then the moment comes. Which I have to say again, like the Alex and Tim thing, girl, we're all fucking confused. How the hell did we just get from Monica and Steven dealing with flowers to we get to the point of his ass gets caught emotionally cheating? It's cheating, but is it emotionally cheating? What the fuck ever. Gets caught cheating. Girl sending kink messages. Oh, in detail. Am I the only one that was gagged that when we first saw Monica start talking to the camera and she's crying about what's going on, for some reason my brain did not compute the fact that Steven was standing right over there on the other side of the room. I, for some reason, thought they were in two different locations, they separated. No, baby, they had that confessional for her. Monica, tell us what's happening. Steven, sit your little ass over there. And he's just packing his shit up at the kitchen. I was like, this is crazy. Crazy. What is with these men that you would go to a quote unquote sleep test drunk? How you going to a sleep test drunk, girl? How you going to a sleep test drunk? How supposed to monitor your goddamn sleep and you tipsy off motherfucking tequila? You in bed with Jose Cuervo. Huh? And I love the fact that before he left, Monica said, and you can go ahead and Venmo me that money right now. Quick, fast, in a hurry. And I was so happy about the two of them. That just goes to show you, men ain't nothing. And then we go to episode 9. So we start out, Tyler and Ashley looking cute. Love them, looking cute, whatever. Hannah and Nick again, we meet Hannah's friend. During the situation, what does Hannah keep doing? She keeps making Nick feel small. Literally and physically. And literally and figuratively. Girl, I can't speak today. I'm understanding why she keeps doing that. This is supposed to be your husband, and you keep dogging on the fact that he's shorter than you, his wingspan's less than you, he can't cook, he can't talk, he can't wipe. Apparently he can't wipe his own ass, according to Hannah. So it's like, I'm so tired of this. It just feels like at some point, he'll get tired of you motherfucking nag, and then of course, he bites back a little bit, and then she's woo, 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 woo. I can't stand people that do that. If you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. And then the next big moment is when we see Marissa's mom. Now, I have to say, Marissa's mom was a little intense for me. Like, I'm glad the fact that she definitely is coming in very strong-willed, right? She's like, this is my daughter, not her dogging his look. Talking about something that's given 80s, I was like, it's like she was so ready to jump everything he said, which I was like, this is a little bit much. But I'm glad that she was like, and by the way, honey, prenup, and that is how I will bless this marriage. It's a prenup. Obviously, he had no problem with it, which is great. They definitely didn't bring up that military thing with her because obviously that was gonna go south. Mom was a bit intense, but hey, someone's gotta do it. Someone's gotta stop this. And then we see Hannah's parents, which again, I love the fact that they clocked her like, girl, you are too nitpicky. You have got to calm down. This boy's in love with you. He's just chilling, he's just vibing. You are quite literally killing the vibe yourself. You are not gonna have a robot of a man. If this is who you wanna be with, this is what you wanna be with. And he will learn. Obviously, those are some things you can't take, some things you can take. What can you live with? Stop making this man feel small. It is so frustrating. Let's just add the fact that Alex is crazy for showing that man that house like that. That would not be a good sign for me. You could not show me a dirty ass house, even if you were rushing out the house. Obviously, we all know people live. No one lives in pristine condition, but girl, go home, get them clothes, put them in a corner at least. Let's clean up the trash bags, babe. You can't even see the floor in your closet. I'm the friend that goes, yeah, girl, come over in 30 minutes, and you walk in. I've been busting my ass. I'm in a sweat. Cleaning so fucking crazy because I'm like, and you cannot see my house, not look like you can perform a fucking medical surgery off my kitchen table, right? But I will pull the, sorry, it's a little dirty. You know what I'm saying? No, I need this storyline to end. Ramses has got to go. I need Ramses to go. I need Ramses to go. I need him to go. I'm gonna keep saying this until he's gone, guys. I'm gonna keep saying this. Can we all agree that birth control sex conversation was so strange? She's 32 years old. Of course she's thinking about having kids soon, because it gets a little bit more problematic as you get older, especially in your late 30s. And for her to say, I would like to have them sooner rather than later, and him to go, well, we had a timeline, I'm changing that timeline. It's like, dude, you're with a woman. This is not, this affects her body. You're also asking her to carry it, right? You kind of want to carry it while you're still young, not carry it at, I'm just her solution to be, okay, so condoms then. His ass goes, well, I don't want a condom, I want to do it raw. Okay, we're doing raw then, and we're seeing how it goes. Well, you can get on birth control. I'm not getting on birth control. I don't want to be on birth control. I'm literally in a marriage. I'm married to you. Why would I have birth control? We are married. If we are having unprotected sex, therefore there are consequences. Just because you want to have sex raw because it feels better? Oh, I can't stand men. I can't stand men, I can't stand him. I can't stand men and I can't stand him. Then we see Hannah with Nick's parents. Nick's parents are so cute. Can we just say Nick's mom was so cute? Hannah's little salt shaker, I was like, okay, the pineapple, it's a little ugly, but it's a cute thought. Then we get to the moment that we have all been seeing on social media. And I can go ahead and close my computer because, honey, we've seen them. I know all the notes. In case y'all didn't see it, Mr. Tyler is being accused, allegedly, of having 3 children, which it is alleged because obviously nothing is proven true. Those could be AI photos. But the grandmama of his baby mama is saying that those are his 3 kids, right? Because supposedly the story is that that is a friend, that he was gonna be he was the quote, sperm donor to his friend and their wife or partner at the time, and gave them those kids, apparently no connection, right? Because that's what he tells Ashley. And I feel like in that conversation, here we go jumping in again with conversations that we didn't see the beginning of, but thank God for social media to give us a little bit more goddamn context, because he is sitting straight up here and lying to this poor girl. And at first he didn't lie to her, right? It was all truthful, there was no problem. Until he said sperm babies, as if you were not pictured up with those 3 fucking kids. That's crazy. How does that not come up? Can you imagine being Ashley, having a husband, getting so excited that you found the one, just for him to tell you, oh, and by the way, I got 3 kids on the side. They were my favorite couple. Like, they were my favorite couple. This just ruined everything. Because also my question is like, if they're married right now, did she know about all these details? I can't imagine she didn't know about all of it. At the same time, like, dude, what would you do? This season, it's like, this season is so boring in so many ways, but there's so much that happens at the exact same time. Like, some of the couples are kind of boring, but then some of them are like, what the fuck is going on? So, this is crazy. This is absolutely fucking nuts. I am very interested to see what Ashley does. I don't know if I would blame her for staying, I would have blamed her for leaving. Girl. So let's see what happens next. If I can even make it that far, because right now I'm about to pass out.